This week, Apple announced its new iOS 18, which includes a major partnership with ChatGPT creator OpenAI. Meanwhile, world leaders are getting ready to discuss the rapid expansion of AI and what to do about it at this week's G7 summit. The Pope is even expected to weigh in. Let's discuss with author and AI expert KP Reddy. KP, thanks for joining us tonight.
Absolutely. How are you?
Doing well. Happy to talk with you. So it seems like we've been talking a lot about this, but really AI is still in its infancy. It's only been a couple of years, if that, since ChatGPT was introduced, and yet it seems like it's just advancing so quickly. Are you surprised that we've made it to here, where Apple is now putting it in its products?
No, I'm not surprised by Apple. Quite honestly, they're delivering on a promise that actually 13 years ago with Siri, that they had a lot of expectations around Siri being our AI assistant, and it hasn't worked out that well. I know I don't use my Siri, so I think they're finally delivering on a product and a feature that they had high hopes for.
So how about generative AI? You know, the ChatGPTs of the world that we've all become pretty familiar with now. There have been so many warnings since it was introduced about where this could all lead and how it could kind of get out of hand. Do you think those warnings are warranted? And if so, do you think they're being taken seriously enough?
I think they could be warranted. The fact that we're taking them so seriously, and there's so many eyeballs on it, I think we're in great shape to like make sure we don't get out of control. I don't think this is something that's like gonna sideswipe us. We are all very concerned and are building things in a way to make sure that we are protecting everything from privacy to safety. I think everybody's worried about all the above.
What do you think about Elon Musk threatening to ban Apple devices at all of his companies if AI is introduced into those systems?
Look, I think there's a beef, right? There's a beef with Elon Musk and Sam Altman and the OpenAI that I think just by sheer partnering with OpenAI, Elon Musk isn't happy about that, and he doesn't trust them. Hence, him starting his own AI business was due to some of the mistrust he had with the leadership at OpenAI. So I think by default, partnering with OpenAI, he doesn't trust Apple anymore. So I think that's his position.
Sure. What do you think about the Pope weighing in? He says he thinks it should be developed for the good of humanity. And, you know, he's kind of familiar. He was the subject of a pretty viral deep fake a year or so ago. Do you think that this is an appropriate conversation for world religious leaders? Do you think it's a natural conversation for them to be involved in?
I think it's an appropriate conversation for everybody. I mean, I think AI is moving quickly. It's becoming pervasive. You're always going to have bad actors at the beginning. We saw it with the early days of the internet. You know, a lot of invention of the internet was driven by bad actors, unfortunately. If you think about music streaming, that was a whole issue. Now we all stream our music. So I think this is like the natural order of people get excited. There's going to be a lot of movement. Unfortunately, there will be challenges and along the way, and you know we tend to resolve those. But I think although it's moving quickly, I think the latest stat I saw was that only, there's 74% of America that hasn't used ChatGPT still. So it's still early innings. But I think like any new technology that's moving quickly, we've got to pay attention and make plans accordingly.
Yeah, what do you think are the most promising use cases for AI, and where has it still not really proven itself yet?
So I do a lot around the construction industry. That's what a lot of my investments in technology circulate around the construction industry, around the real estate industry. So anything that is the built environment. So what us as humans live in is what I focus on. And so I've seen some really great AI tools for everything from bridge inspection to avoid a lot of the calamities around bridges, that a drone with AI can actually inspect a bridge faster and cheaper than a human. So hopefully our infrastructure is in better shape. And clearly we've had those issues. And I'm seeing a lot around like construction worker safety, where the idea that, AI can actually warn people of, unsafe conditions. So I think it's easy to think about the doom and gloom scenarios, but where I sit, I'm seeing a lot more good to the general public that maybe they don't even realize is coming their way.
Sure. I guess I'm referring more to the hallucinations, the flaws, the things
Right.
that have shown us that it's not quite perfect yet. It's not quite, smarter than humans altogether yet. Where do you think are some of the areas that it just needs to be developed further?
Yeah, AI is at a teenager phase. We treat it like like an adult sometimes, like we do teenagers, but it still has a lot of growing up to do. So I don't think you can take it's not 100%, but the difference is what you're seeing today versus what you see 3 months ago versus a year ago. The pace at which it's getting better, you've never seen before in any other technology. So I think as long as we're realistic that when we're talking to AI, it's kind of at a teenager phase. And I think we just all need to know that and not take it at face value, just like we don't take our teenage kids at face value.
Right. Well, that teen is growing up quickly, isn't it? KP Reddy, thanks so much for joining us tonight.
Thanks for having me.